Hey guys, it's Jen from the Center for Balanced Mobility and Wellness at Gordon College. Due to COVID-19, we are needing to change our format of our classes. Instead of meeting together, we are going to try a new way and doing some video series for you. I'm going to bring you the Tai Chi series today. So please grab a chair and let's go ahead and begin. We're going to begin our class today for Tai Chi for healthy aging. Please follow along, find a chair that's comfortable for you. Feel free to stop this video at any point in time that you need to and pause and get a drink of water if that's helpful for you. Please always remember to work within what's best range for your body. You have different things going on from that might need some modifications, and I will mention those, and I want you to do the very best that you can. All right, let's go ahead and begin. Inhale through our nose and exhale through our mouth, raising those arms long and strong. 2 more times. Just the right arm. Reach and lengthen. Now imagine that you're screwing a light bulb in and rotate that wrist for me 4 times. Good. Now I'm going to go ahead and begin my head turns. Straight towards you is 12 o'clock. And then all the way to the right is 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 3 o'clock. And then to the left is 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. Now I want you to work within what's best range for your body, keeping your shoulders nice and still. All right, so we're going to go ahead and begin. Coming to our right, going as far as that's comfortable for you, and then back to my center. Nice even breaths. One more time. Good. All right, now we're going to go ahead and begin warming up our shoulders and our arms. We're going to start off with some shoulder shrugs. We're going to inhale our shoulders up and exhale them down. One more set. Good. And now let's begin our shoulder circles. I'm going to start with my hands pointing to the floor and just pretend that I'm swimming. Let's do that one more time. And now I'm going to extend the lever and bring my elbow up and making it a little bit more challenging. Depending on what's going on for you with your shoulder joint will depend upon how much you can do of that. And then I'm going to go to my full arm. So just work within the range that's best for you. And now let's begin reverse, backstroke. Add the lever a little bit higher with that elbow. And now that full arm. Good. Now let's bring both arms forward, and we're going to reach forward, letting my shoulder blades separate, reaching away from each other. And now I'm going to pull my elbows back, squeezing my shoulder blades, opening up my chest. Bring those arms down to my side. Excellent. Now we're going to go ahead and do some hinging. I'm going to spread my legs a little wide here, and I'm going to hinge at my hips with a flat back, and I'm going to come down straight to the floor and then come back up. Now it might make you a little dizzy to have your eyes looking down as you bring your head down. What I'd like you to do, if that is the case for you, to let your head come down and keep your chin up a little bit as you're doing that move. So let's go ahead and do it 2 more times. Another great option is to come to one side and slowly come down that leg and then back up. Always hinging at that hip, keeping that back nice and flat. One more time. And let's come on over to the left. Good, now bring the legs back to the center. And I'm going to begin my leg raises, lifting and lowering. Keeping my torso nice and long and tall. 2 more times. And let's add in the leg extension. Good. Lifting as high as you can, extending, straightening that leg out, and placing it back gently on the floor. Good job. One more time each side. And now I'm going to go into my heel lifts, letting my heels come all the way up, resting on my toes, and then back down. And then come into my gas pedals. All right, you can do this 1 foot at a time, or you can do both feet at the same time. Your choice. Then bring those feet back, picking up 1 foot, and I'm going to work here on doing some ankle circles, and I want to make sure that I'm stabilizing my leg here and letting it just be my foot moving, not my whole leg. So I mean by, if I were only to hold underneath my thigh, my whole leg might move, and what I really want to do is isolate that and let it just be through that ankle. And now let's reverse that. Good. Come on down, let's go to the other side. Excellent job. All right, now that we've finished our seated warm-up, we're going to go ahead and stand up and begin our Tai Chi movements. We're going to start off with the swing up and go. I'm going to turn my chair a little bit to the side so you can see as I do this. I'm going to start by being at the front edge of my chair. Now when we do the swing up and go, which is the standing, how to stand in Tai Chi, it's going to be 3 parts. I'm coming up carefully into 1/4 of the way up out of my chair, holding and then gently coming back down, and then coming back up 1/2 of the way and then back down, and then all the way to full stance. I'm going to use my arms. It's really a great little workout, so let's go ahead and begin together. You ready? We're going to do the swing up and go, and for this we are going to be getting up out of our chair in 3 forms, 3 levels. 1/4 of the way out of the chair and then sitting back down, 1/2 of the way out of the chair and sitting back down, and then fully standing. Now, depending on what's going on for you, it might be uncomfortable for you to do that 1/4 of the way or the 1/2 of the way. And so if you feel led to just stand up at the very end, that is fine. Do what's best for your body. Come on back, arms back, inhale, exhale, 1/4 of the way and down, 1/2 of the way and down, all the way up. Leading with my elbows first, then my palms. Excellent. Now we're going to move into our standing warm-up. Sometimes people might feel the need to have a chair in front of them because they might be still a little unsteady on your feet. And so an option is to have a chair right in front of you with a nice sturdy back, and you're going to stand in your tandem stance, and we're doing a weight shift with one hand holding onto that chair, and and then coming to the other side. So maybe it might be better to have the chair right in front of you. So if that's an option for you, please have that available. I'm going to put the chair behind me or to the side. That way I have a little bit more room. All right, let's go ahead and begin. I'm standing nice and tall, long and tall. My feet are flat onto that floor. You're going to notice that I'm not wearing shoes today. So you can do Tai Chi in barefoot, socks, or with shoes on, whatever's most comfortable for you and your feet. Just make sure the floor is not too slippery if you're in your socks. All right, so I'm going to standing tall, and I'm going to begin with a weight shift. I'm going to bring my right foot over to about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and I'm going to, distance that I have for that step depends on how I feel today. What's my distance that I feel? Do I feel like I want to have a nice long stride, or do I feel I need to have a little bit more narrow? So think about what's going on for you today and stay within the range that feels most comfortable for you. But it is good to also challenge yourself and go a little bit further if that's appropriate. All right, so we're going to go ahead and begin, and we're going to shift forward onto that right foot. I'm going to bend my right knee, and now my right leg is full and my left leg is empty. Those are terms you're going to hear me speak a lot about, being full or heavy or empty and light. And I'm going to shift my weight back to my left leg, and that leg becomes full, heavy, and my front foot becomes the light foot. So notice what's also going to happen with my toes. With my front toe, you're going to see I've kept it down, and now I'm going to bring it up. This is a modification, an option to make it a little bit more challenging, so I'm balancing on my heel rather than my full foot on the floor. So depending on how you are and your stability, challenge yourself, have that chair maybe, and do the very best that you can. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Let's do 4. And then come back to my neutral stance, and then over to my left. Now you might notice as you switch feet that one foot is a little bit stronger than the other. That's normal. So pay attention to what's going on for your body. Tuning in is very important. Last one. Good. So that's the movement for our feet. Now we're going to add in our arm movement. I'm going to be teaching you several different movements, so let's go ahead and have fun with this. The first one's called Calming Waters. I'm going to bring my hands, and they're going to be kind of, imagine myself in a pool or at a lake, and I'm standing there, and I'm going to step forward, step to that right side, rotate my hips, and I'm going to just calm the waters in front of me and then come on back. So I'm bringing my arms forward, shifting my weight forward, and then shifting my weight back. One more time. Good. And then come back to my neutral position. Let's head over to the right, to the left. Shifting and circling back. I want your breath to be nice and even, nice and slow. Good. Come back to neutral. All right, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is our rolling over the drum. So in this one, my arm movements are going to pretend there's a giant circle in front of me, or a big drum in front of me. So imagine being in a marching band and you have the bass player, he's got the big drum in front of him. So we are going to follow this circumference of that drum and circle around, extend, stretch, and down. All right, let's go ahead and begin that, coming over to our right side. And I'm going to shift my weight forward as I bring my arms forward. This really challenges my balance, and I gotta push myself back. Lifting, reaching, not letting my torso come down, just my arms are doing the movement. And my gaze is looking straight ahead. One more time. Back to my neutral. Come over to the left. you go a little bit further into that knee bend. Spend a little moment out there with those arms, challenging yourself, but not letting yourself fall. Challenging that balance. Let's go ahead and come on back to our neutral position. Good job. All right, the next one that we're going to do is called Ball in the Mountain. And I'm going to pretend there's a ball right in front of my face, and I'm going to rotate over to my right, and I'm going to let that ball come down the mountain as I shift my weight forward. I'm going to break that ball apart, opening up my chest, squeezing my shoulder blades together, and coming back, shifting my weight, reforming that ball back in front of my face. Let's do that 3 more times. Excellent. Let's go ahead and come back to neutral and come over to our left. One more time. Good. All right. So now this next one we're going to do is reversing of that move, and I call it, they call it ball in the valley. I tend to call it drinking cool water. So I want you to imagine that we're going to turn ourselves over here and imagine that we're at the top of a hill and we're coming down. We've been hot on our hike and we're coming down, and we're going to grasp some water from the stream and bring it up to our face. That's the visual that I really enjoy thinking about as I do this move. Now the hard part is it tends to make me think that I'm supposed to hinge at those hips, and I don't want you to do that. Keep that torso up. Let's go one more time. All right. Come over to neutral and come on over to our other side. Can you just feel that cool water? Last one. Good. All right. So now we're going to go into our push through the shoulders. And on this one, I'm going to start off with my right leg extended in that tandem stance with my right hand out on that right side. All my weight is in that right foot. And I'm going to shift my weight back, coming on that heel, and let my left side reach across. This is very challenging. I have a lot of rotation going on here, so depending on what's best for you, you might not go as far in that rotation. You might just kind of come here instead of really rotating those hips. So find what's best for you. Let's do 2 more. Good. Let's go ahead and over to the left. And pull on back. Good job. All right, the last one we're going to do is called push and pull. All right, and I'm going to push to my right and pull in. Push and pull. Holding here, neutral position. Come on over to my left and push and pull and push and pull. Good. All right. We have one last one we're going to do. Actually, it's for the lateral movement. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a side step. All right, so get yourself comfortable. It depends on how far you want that to be. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hands that have been on the tabletop and I'm going to turn them together to face the right. Now they're kind of dividing my body in half. Now I'm not moving my hands as I do this move. I'm shifting my whole body over to my right foot. That becomes heavy and my left foot is light. Now I rotate my hands and I shift my weight over to my left side to my heavy left foot, and my right foot is light. Let's do that 2 more times. Good, let's go ahead and come back to my neutral position. Excellent job. So the next part, what we're going to do here is we are going to begin the 8 moves that we are learning for Tai Chi for healthy aging. And so they're going to help our balance, challenge our balance, help our strength, help our vestibular, understanding where we are in space for our proprioception. So in this, you can do it in a couple different ways. If you feel comfortable standing, then you can stand the entire time. If you feel that you would like to sit down first and learn the arm movements without standing, that is totally fine. Please feel free to grab the chair and get through doing the arm movements first. You'll see the foot moving along, but that will be helpful for you to know where to go when you are ready to add to the standing portion. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. So I'm going to begin by creating a ball of energy, because I'm holding a ball always in Tai Chi. There's always coming back to holding a ball. So we need to find that ball of energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by rubbing my hands together. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time. And then I'm going to separate those hands and let them float back together. And I want you to feel that energy that is between your hands, that sensation, as you bring your hands together and away. Feel the coolness as you separate, and feel how they might feel a little bit warmer as you bring them together. Notice that my elbows are also moving. Good. Now I want to take that and I'm going to pull my right hand away from my left. It's going to stay still. I'm going to bring it back in. I'm going to pull that energy away. I kind of think about a jellyfish swimming, that beautiful, graceful movement. Or like pulled taffy is another way that people have described this. And then I'm going to push that all the way into my left and let my left hand take it and my right hand come still. Let your breathing be nice and even. One more time. Now I'm going to create a ball between my hands. And I have this ball, it's probably about a basketball size in front of me, trying about my chest height. And I'm going to roll that ball to my right side and then to my left. And I want you to notice what's happening with the rest of my body. My posture is changing a little bit. I'm letting whichever hand is on top, let that leg be my support weight leg. So that leg is taking my weight, it'll be holding my body weight. That'll be my heavy leg. And then I'm going to rotate and let my right leg be that heavy leg. Now I'm comfortable and able to be able to do this and let my light leg have a heel lift. Now you might not feel comfortable with that, and that's fine. Just keep most of that weight over onto that right foot. Again, through all of these, if you feel that you need to have a chair next to you, you can do this with the chair right next to you. That's fine. As you're working on that weight shifting. Good. So this is rolling the ball. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll that ball and move forward. As I roll that ball, my hand movements stay the same. Now my feet are going to be stepping forward with a heel-toe movement. A very slow movement as I'm shifting my weight off of my heavy leg onto that light leg. I'm transferring. And so I want you to pay attention carefully and take it slow. Don't rush this. It's kind of like a slow wedding march. You ready? Slowly peeling that back foot off, coming to hold the ball. Good job. All right, so I'm going to back step now, and I'm going to go toe heel, reaching back. I want to give myself a little bit more space because we're going to be a lot of walking today. All right, so now there's a problem with my hands. I have my right hand on top, but my weight is in my left foot. This happens often. Do not worry if you switch your arms and your legs. Just quickly switch one back. So I'm going to shift my weight back over to that right foot since my right hand is on top. That's always going to be the clue of which foot should have the weight. Look at your hands. Whichever hand is on top, that is the hand that is the side that should have the heavy foot. All right, so let's go ahead and begin moving from rolling the ball, holding the ball, to part wild horse's mane. All right, now this one, my bottom hand is going to move forward as I step with that light foot. Since that foot is the foot that's available to move, it makes sense that I step with that foot first. Now that top hand presses down, and then I finish the whole move and I come back together to hold that ball, now with my left foot heavy and my left hand on top. Let's do that again. Now to the right side. 2 more times. Heel toe with the feet, and your stride is what's comfortable for you. It doesn't need to be a long stride. All right, excellent. And I'm going to go ahead and roll the ball and slowly come down back. Hopefully you have a little bit more space than I do here as you're doing your moves. Okay, so we've done our wild horse's mane. Now we're going to go into single whip. And in this one, we are going to be moving our hands before we move our legs. So pay attention to that. I'm going to form a beak with my right hand. I'm going to bring that right hand out to my side, extended and long, kind of like a gooseneck is what I like to envision. My bottom hand's going to come up to my face. I'm going to look at it, turn my palm away, and I'm going to press it forward. And as I press it forward, I step in this nice long position. My back heel is down, and then I pay attention to my finger position. My left hand's fingers are up, and my right fingers are pointing down. And I know that my left foot is forward, so the ball is going to be on my left side, and my weight will be on that left side. Let's do that again. Single whip now on my left, bringing my hand up to my face, turn, and press and step at the same time. Reform that ball. 2 more times. Just Tai Chi walking backwards here, slowly peeling that foot off as I create some space for myself. And I'm going to shift my weight so I'm on my right side. We've been starting on our right side, but it make it a little bit easier for us to always remember that way. All right, so we did part wild horse's mane, holding the ball, part wild horse's mane, and single whip. So let's go ahead and bring those together in one session of moves, okay? So we're going to roll the ball twice, and then we're going to part wild horse's mane twice, then we will single whip twice. All right, hopefully I don't run out of space. All right, I won't take big steps this time. All right, rolling the ball. little whip. Excellent, great job. And I'm going to roll the ball. You could always just turn around and walk back, but I'm just going to roll the ball back. Now we're going to learn a new position. It's called grass sparrow's tail. I'm going to switch myself back to be on my right side. Now this move has multiple steps, so I want you to pay attention carefully to those. Okay, I'm going to come a little bit closer, make it a little bit easier for you to see. All right, so we start off with our part wild horse's mane. But now I bring that back hand forward to meet up with that left hand, and I form a ball off my left shoulder. I pull that ball back, shifting my weight back, and so look at those feet. I have that toe up. If you want to have that toe down, you can have that toe down. I'm going to circle my arm around back, and now I'm going to press my palms and come across my body. Separate my hands, pulling back in, pressing down. Now that left foot is forward, so I'm going to hold the ball on my left. How did you do? Excellent job. All right, let's go ahead and do it on this side. You ready? So part wild horse's mane first. Bring that back hand forward. Form that ball. Pull that back to that back left hip. Circle the left arm back and let your palms meet. Now press that right palm back across your body. Separate your hands, pulling back, pressing down, and coming forward on that right foot. Great job. All right, so let's go ahead and come back. And we're going to go ahead and do that one a couple more times because that one is a little bit tricky. We'll go through it 2 times each arm, okay? All right, so my right hand has the ball, and I'm going to separate, forward, and back, circle, press, separate, pull, press, and push. Stepping on my left. Cartwheel horse's mane. Extend, pull, bring both arms back, circle, press, separate, pull, push. Let's do that again. I'm not going to say anything this time, just follow. How'd you do? Great. That felt really good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do my Tai Chi walking backwards. All right, the next move I'm going to teach you is called brush knee. And so when I do this, I'm actually not brushing my knee. I'm actually brushing my thigh. I'm going to take the bottom hand, I'm going to turn it down, and I'm going to step forward with that left foot and brush that left thigh. So I'm in this long, straightforward stance, nice tandem stance. My right foot is still down, and now I'm going to press forward with my right hand. Now all that weight is on that left foot, so that's the side that I come and hold the ball again on. And now I brush with my right, stepping forward, press. Reset. Hold that ball. Good job. Let's do that one more time each. Good. And we're going to come on back. So this next one that I'm going to teach you is called cloud hands. And I'm going to start off again with my hands on my right side. And this one, it helps us move laterally. So I'm going to take a couple small little side steps. You can take a little bit longer steps if that's comfortable for you, have the space. All right, so I'm going to start off with my right side. I'm going to rotate to my right. Go to how far that's comfortable for that rotation. Rotate my hands holding that ball. Now I'm going to separate my hands. My bottom palm is facing out and my top palm is facing me. And now I'm going to side step and rotate my body to the left, passing the hands to each other, bringing my feet together, and rotate again. Separate those hands, sliding, side step, and rotate. Shift the hands, swap them. Coming back. And now I'm going to come back into my holding the ball with my right side. Good. Now I want to go ahead and side step over to my left. Rotating, letting my left foot be the heavy foot here. Rotate, turn those palms, let that top hand face me and the bottom hand face away. Side step and rotate that torso. Turn the hands, switch them. Bring that foot over, rotate the body. And now I'm going to come and pause near the center. Good job. The last move that I'm going to teach you is called Fair Lady at the Shuttle. Now, as we may not have known, but Tai Chi is a martial art form, and it can be used in different forms, different ways. We are mainly using this for a health benefit and to help us with our balance. And so when we do this next one, it kind of reminds me a little bit about what would happen if I was in that martial art needing to block somebody and kind of be on that defense mode. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my right hand. Let me put my body back to the better starting position. And I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to step at the same time as I bring that leg up in a block to kind of block somebody who might be coming at me. I take my right hand and I turn it and I then press into that move. Then all my weight's on that left foot, so then I hold the ball on my left side. Now to do that on the right, I step and block and swing that arm up, taking the bottom arm, and then I press in, and then I hold the ball. Let's do that again. Good job. All right. We actually have one more move that I forgot to teach you. It's called repulse monkey. I've been doing all this back movement and I have another one to teach you. It helps us stepping back. So I'm going to Tai Chi walk forward to you. And now for a repulse monkey. It's super fun. Are you ready? I'm going to stepping back with my toe of my right foot and let that arm come out. As if I'm repulsing, I'm blocking some monkeys that might be coming from behind me. And then I go with my other side, my right side. And then I reform and hold that ball on that left. Now I come and do the same thing on my right and then on my left. And I re-hold that ball on my right side. go ahead and practice through all of the moves that we've done. What I'd like to do is practice them, maybe do two of them at a time. And we'll throw in some repulse monkeys to work on our backwards walking as well. All right, so you ready? Let's go ahead and just roll that ball and walking. Peeling that foot off carefully and slowly. Wild horse's mane. Good, I'm going to go ahead and repulse monkey 4 times so I give myself some space here. Sometimes I like to look back at that hand and look at the other hand so I can see where I am in space and be aware. That's an important thing, isn't it? To know where we are, to see if there's something there that might be a tripping hazard. Good. Let's go ahead and do single whip. Let's do that long grass sparrow's tail. Good, repulse monkey. Good, let's do that brush knee. Fair lady shuttle. Good. Repulse monkey. Go ahead and do our cloud hands. I'm going to rotate. Let's go ahead and just come forward a little bit, and let's go ahead and just roll the ball. Good. Now let's go ahead and finish those cloud hands, but now I have to have my weight over on my left side so we can move over to our left. Sorry, move to the right. Rotate. And ending here. Good. I'd like us to do one more time of the grass sparrow's tail because that's just actually my favorite move. It's just so beautiful to watch it flow. So let's go ahead and do that together. Now closing, we bring both hands up. I'm going to step back just a little bit so you can see me. And let our elbows come down. And we're going to take 2 breaths. and I hope that you are well, and I will see you soon. Namaste.